Ah, what are those? God damn it. I wonder what those could be. What is up, my mock forcers? Alright, so we want to invade South America. We want to invade Argentina, Chile. Chile's pretty much here now. And Colombia. What's going on there? Sweet. Japan is helping me out a lot, but he's not sending troops. So we have to invade. So how to do this? So we're going to go from Conakry to Redcliffe. And he has some annexed cities, so it might be a little tough. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure the path is clear. Make sure everybody is on aggressive. If you pay for it, you get at aggressive so that I can shoot while it moves. Or, well, it stops, but it still is coded to move once it defeats the enemy or the enemy moves away. And it can even chase the enemy a little bit. Alright, so here we have this huge stack of 110 people. So how to create the best stack for invasions. So, what we're going to do, we need one SAM launcher. We don't really need combat recon vehicles. They're good in the beginning. So we need one mobile SAM launcher. We need one mobile anti-tank vehicle, anti-air vehicle for helicopters. We need one mobile radar, so that's 3. We need at least one motorized infantry, so that's 4. And then we get 6. 6 multiple rocket launchers. We're actually going to change this. We're going to go with 5 multiple rocket launchers and 2 motorized infantry. I think I like that a little better. So that's 3, 7. We're going to move that away. Alright, that's 1. Let's do another one here. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. Alright, now that we have our stacks in the water, we can go ahead and send them to Argentina. So we're going to send them to these 3 cities because we don't want all of our troops to be in one city and then a nuke or a missile to come and wipe us out. So we're going to send them to all 3 cities. So I decided the ultimate stack will be this 5 multiple rocket launchers, 2 motorized infantry, SAM launcher, mobile radar, and mobile anti-air vehicle. That allows you to defeat troops from afar, but gives you some flexibility. You can take over one city, leave a troop, and then move on. And having 2 troops will help you against tanks a little bit. Because these multiple rocket launchers are very weak against a tank attack. So hopefully they don't get too close and the artillery can take them out from afar. So what we're going to do, we're going to send 1 ship there. We're going to send 1 ship there. And we're going to send... Sorry, not 1 ship. We're going to send 1 stack of ships to each city. And I think we still have 2 stacks of ships left. So we'll just move them forward a little bit. All right, move them there. And where's the last one? There. We can move him there. All right, and then we can start sending our stacks as well. So move to there. You can move to there as well. You can move to there. You can move to there as well. Oh boy. You can move to there. We have one more? Yeah. You can move to there as well. And what else do we have here? You'll go, I guess, to there. Is that it? Yeah, that's all of them. All right, and then we have a bunch of infantry, 27 infantry, 22 infantry. So we'll fly them over once we create our first airport, and that will kind of be the occupying forces. We'll also move up our naval patrol ships a little bit just to keep an eye on things. And don't forget, we have an aircraft carrier with its own complement of naval strike fighters and its own naval patrol aircraft, which is kind of like one of those pilot fish on sharks. All right, so let's move him up just to keep an eye on things. Can actually move him right there to the middle and move our patrol ship. Where's our patrol ship? Our patrol plane to the same spot right there. All right, we have strike fighters ready to go over once we get an airport. No, so we'll have to build our own airport. That's okay. None of these places have airports. I'm not expecting that much resistance, but definitely a little bit. Chile's still alive, and he's been quite active the whole game. Colombia, no way. He has not been very active. Argentina has been nuked there and there. So his mobilization's a little low, but he might still have some troops. I don't know if he is still active. But I think we'll have some resistance. Argentina took over these territories again after Japan went in there, and Chile took over some of those, and maybe they went rogue. So I think they're still around. But I'm kind of overdoing a little bit for the sake of this video. Philippines sent all of his ships to Chile, and then he said he had to take a break from the game for a little bit. But he sent all these ships, and they took care of Chile pretty easily. Australia hasn't been on for a while, and he's the leader of the coalition, so that's a problem. But we'll get there. As long as we don't get attacked by anybody, we'll get there. We have a huge amount of troops. It's really laggy right now with this many. Stats. Oh, this changes once in a while, the stats. Before it was amount of like resources produced. I'm not sure what this is, most beloved leader. Surprising result. I think it's something to do with the morale of each country. So we're last because I guess we've taken over so many cities and they all have low morale. So we're dead last there. I was trying to show you the resources produced. We were ahead of everybody else in that. But I guess we're not the most beloved leader. So I have to work on that. If you have gold, you can just boost the morale. But we actually haven't used any gold in this game. Of course, I have the subscription so that I can do things like set them on aggressive. I can do things like have a build queue, which is very helpful. And I can also do things like have a rally point. So it'll go down to Africa as soon as something is mobilized there, which I don't have right now. Let's get a naval patrol aircraft going right there. And when it's done, it'll head down to Africa, and I won't even have to do anything. Because right now all our naval patrol ships are forming the blockade of India. We have a bunch of rocket launchers. So we're in a pretty good spot here, as long as nobody ends the game early. But yeah, if you want to invade a territory, this is how you do it. You have your navy go out first and shore up a few different beaches, and then you send in some decent stacks to kind of take out any more troops that are there and to occupy the city. Then you want to build airports as soon as possible. And finally, you want to fly in your occupying forces, your infantry. And the whole time you want to be looking out for enemy ships, enemy planes. And then comes the fun task of taking over the actual territory. You want to leave one guy in the city while it's still smoking. And once it stops smoking, you can move that away. And it will tell you morale trend is rising. So 34 is kind of that boundary line there. So if it's smoking, so 8% chance of insurgency, but the guy's there, so if an insurgency arises, it will be wiped out. And yeah, that's how you see, there's a ship. All right, so we're going to want to attack it. Let's stop him here. We don't need to go any closer. All right, so hopefully these 5 cruisers will take it out. 4 cruisers, 1 frigate. If he does have subs, then we'll really need these naval recon, because they do an 8 against subs, and the subs do nothing back at them. So they're extremely useful. They're also good, obviously, for seeing what's around. So right now we have it set to fire control aggressive. We can just go ahead and attack him right there. I'm not sure what it is. As long as it's not Saudi Arabia will be good, because everybody else we're either at war with them or we're in a coalition with them. Except for Saudi Arabia and Indonesia. So we'll see who that is, and hopefully we will be able to wipe him out. So all right, check back in a second. All right, and welcome back to the invasion of Argentina. So we ran into a few naval dots, but they turned out to either be a corvette or a destroyer, which we took out with the task forces, or we used our naval strike fighter against the destroyer, and it had some damage dealt to it, and it doesn't heal on the aircraft carrier, so that's a little bit of a problem for it. Let's move it up a little bit, because I'm expecting him to be sending some ships to protect his cities a little bit. So what we have here, there were people there, we just defeated them. So that's good. The 15th Armored Battalion in Fortaleza. So now these guys can land. We split our transport ships into 5 so that they move quicker. And now we have 20 guys landing here. 30 guys landing there. Looks like we have 20 guys landing there and 30 guys landing here. No, 20 guys landing here. Yeah. So this is a little bit of a problem. This is some artillery, and he's firing back at our ship. This is just one round. This is the 47th. So we're just going to send in a missile here so that we don't take any more damage, especially to that frigate. So we'll just start with a conventional missile. Yeah, I messed that up. Conventional missile. I'll just send it right into the city. There it is. And he's right in the city, so it should get him in Salvador. But that probably won't do it. So we'll send in another one, a conventional. And now we got 2 going in. And we'll see if that helps out a little bit. I really could send in a nuclear just to piss him off. But it's okay because we're completely protected against nuclear. But we won't. Just no reason to. Because this does 30. The conventional cruise missile does 30. And the nuclear cruise missile does 50. So it's better, but like not that much better, and it pisses everybody off. So I try not to nuke people because you don't want to piss anybody off. Once we're about to win, we can send in nukes, but it's still a little ways to go. So we'll hold off on that. Because a lot of this game is about keeping good relations with everyone and not pissing people off, because that's a good way to get attacked. So hopefully that won't do too much more damage. Here, we'll send another one in just for good measure. So I can send in 12 missiles with that task force. This one, not as many, 9 missiles. Which is why I was sending it from this one. So hopefully that will go away, and then our guys can land safely. And hopefully nobody else, he won't send any ships, but if he does, we have our aircraft carrier, our naval patrol aircraft, and our task forces to deal with him. Maybe he's sending troops around down there, but we have this blockade all around India, so we can see anybody coming from a mile away, and we can send some ships to intercept him, as well as other naval recon ships. We have some more guys ready to come in if necessary, just waiting at the airports, and we are protected from nuclear strikes. So, all right, there's our first cruise missile going in. We didn't kill anybody with that one, but we have 2 more to go. Okay, we have some research we can do. I think that was our mobile radar. That is now level 7. Do we have a mobile radar? Yes, there it is. That looks pretty cool. That's what a level 7 mobile radar looks like. It has a huge range. It reveals stealth, ground units, and aircraft. Range of 250. And a big one is it detects ground unit signature size low, so it can detect infantry, which is very important. So yeah, that's what it looks like. A pretty important part of this invasion. All right, so we have a research that we can do. What's that? Saudi Arabia, tank commander. I don't have to worry about that. Saudi Arabia is on our side. All right, so what should we research? I think I have an idea. what I want to research. We're going to research helicopters. We're going to research an ASW helicopter so that we can add it to our aircraft carriers, because it is a carrier-based aircraft and it reveals stealth submarines. Pretty cool. Sonar, radar detection, and a big one is it attacks those submarines. So let's start that research. All right. So who did we defeat in NATO? Oh, we defeated that guy. So, all right. Now these guys have a clear path, and we just have to take this one out. So, all right. I'll check back in once these guys have landed, and I've started taking some land.